I'm feeling very excited for our upcoming game this Sunday at Anfield against Liverpool. Enzo Maresca's developing Chelsea versus Arne Slot's resurgent Liverpool team. I feel like this game that's coming up is not only going to be a very engaging tactical battle, but I think it's going to be a very entertaining game as well too. And for me, I feel like the game versus Liverpool will be the perfect litmus test for us to see exactly where we are under Enzo Maresca currently. Now, I don't think this game, once the result is over, is going to determine too much about how we are or how the season's set to go. If anything, this is kind of like one of those mock exams before the real exams come later during the year. And I feel like it's time for us now to show what we've learned with these upcoming mock exams against Liverpool. Right now, we're showing some encouraging signs with our counter-attacking transitional game. We are seeing encouraging signs with our defensive application, and we're seeing some strong examples of connections between the players as well as the passing patterns and the moves to break down the opposition. It does feel like this is the perfect time now to showcase what we're about and take on Liverpool this weekend. Now, Liverpool are going to be a very interesting test. Arne Slot has replaced Jurgen Klopp in great fashion, and I'm going to give you guys a bit of a small insight behind the tweaks and adaptations Slot's made to make Liverpool play the way he wants them to. Now, Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp were very much about that heavy metal style of football, aggressive counter-pressing. The midfield was basically there to supplement the attack. They needed energy to cover the ground, cover both boxes, provide protection to their defense, as well as supplementing the forwards further up. They played very fast. They played to find their forwards quickly, and they played to constantly force mistakes in the opposition. This is why they were so successful playing their counter-pressing football under Jurgen Klopp. But as the years went on, that counter-pressing style of football started to show signs of wear and tear as the season went on, and it wasn't sustainable near the end. So Arne Slot's come in and he's made some smart tweaks. Number one, Trent Alexander-Arnold now isn't playing this inverted midfield role, but a lot of times he is there as a right back, which is giving more protection now to the centre backs in defence. On top of that, the biggest change we're seeing is how Slot now is using that midfield. Now he encourages the ball progression. He encourages players to receive from the centre backs and help progress the play. And this is why players like Curtis Jones, but most importantly, Gravenberch, who's really been one of the most improved players this season, are showcasing their talents and really shining in the system. And for the last 2 tweaks, we're seeing that Liverpool now, they're playing a bit more measured. They're still attacking, they're still not afraid to take on the opposition, but they're not forcing everything right now. If anything, they want to encourage the opposition to come onto them, which allows them to better fine-tune their ability to break teams down, to time their attacks, to time the counter-attacks, etc, etc. And for the final key thing, it's about winning duels. And Arne Slot has said during the season that if Liverpool don't compete, we'll pay the price. And is it any surprise that statistically so far this season, Liverpool have the best tackling duel success rate and duel success rate across the entire league. So it's going to be a very big test for the players, but most importantly Enzo Maresca, because we have to turn to him to find the right tactical approach and tactical plan to take on the Liverpool team in great form, playing in front of their fans at Anfield to act as that 12th man. Normally in prior seasons, I might not have been that enthusiastic or optimistic about our hopes and chances, but right now I go into this game on Sunday feeling kind of open-minded. I'm kind of ready for whatever comes. I love that I'm feeling this way, and it's real testament to the work that Maresca has done since taking over for Mauricio Pochettino. So my friends, is Maresca and Chelsea ready for this Liverpool test? In today's preview, I'm going to go through team news, pressers, and my predicted lineup. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys are excited. And of course, you know, in typical fashion, if you feel like we are going to get a result, not even a win, but get a result, hit that like button. If you don't think we are, don't even think about touching that, bro. So I hope you guys enjoy. But before we get into anything, today's preview is brought to you by Football Prizes, and currently they have an amazing competition giveaway that you guys don't want to miss out on, as you have the chance to win 2 hospitality tickets for our upcoming home game against Newcastle United on the 27th of October. Instant win prizes are included where you can win another hospitality ticket plus other great prizes. So if you guys don't want to miss out on this, click on the link in the card above and description below. Let's now move on to team news, and currently we have no injured players to worry about. Obviously, we can't forget that both Cucurella and Wesley Fofana are set to miss out due to suspensions. And that's pretty much that, my friends. So let's now tackle the press conference. And I have to say, I felt like Maresca's energy was very positive. He was in high spirits, but sadly, I don't feel like he was asked many great questions for this upcoming game, which is pretty disappointing. So I'm set to go through the interesting stuff I felt was worth discussing. Let's continue to discuss Reece James, because it seems like there's going to be a plan for players like Reece, Wesley, and Romeo Lavia, as Maresca revealed that these players will only play once a week. At times we'll have 2, maybe 3 games a week, but currently players who have only just returned back to full fitness, they won't be put under further duress. They'll be used on a weekly basis, which I think is great news for the squad. And I think it's even better news for these players who have constantly, I felt, been rushed back sooner than we actually needed them to, hence why they've been breaking down left, right, and center. Personally, I feel like if Reece James can play at least, I don't know, 60%, 55% of games this season, that's a big positive compared to previous seasons, because I think he's going to need at least a full season for his body to get fully acclimatized again and fully match conditions. So let's have some grace around him. Hopefully he takes part against Liverpool. And moving on, let's discuss Enzo Maresca's thoughts around the game, because Maresca was feeling pretty excited. He revealed that it's going to be a special game for both clubs, and he's very excited to play this kind of game, even though he acknowledges the fact that it ain't going to be easy. Even though currently we're only 4 points behind Liverpool in the table, Maresca said the team won't go into this game thinking about that position. If anything, they're only going to think about the best approach for that game. Obviously, he won't reveal that. I'm going to discuss in the predicted lineup some of the surprises I feel may happen. Hope you guys stay with me right to the end. But currently, I think that's wise words and the best course of action. Let's not even encourage these guys to get ahead of themselves, because we've seen that happen last season. And I do feel like, especially during the start of last season, when things weren't going to plan, we were a team where the moment anything went against us, heads would drop. Once that happened, the lack of confidence grew and the mistakes started to creep into our game even more. So I like how Maresca is working with one of the younger squads, we can't forget, in the Premier League so far. Maresca says that he takes this team into the game, not seeing it as one of the big tests to see where they currently are. He doesn't want to encourage any unnecessary pressure. I think for us fans, we go into that game wanting to see it as the litmus test to understand where we are currently. But the manager won't do that, because realistically, he'll assess things after a few more months, and I think he'll assess things in greater detail once 2025 comes. He says if we win the game, it solves the problem, which is beating Liverpool. But if we lose, it's just another game. The important thing is preparation, focused. And to continue on, Maresca says that he's happy with the players and the level and style they're showing. And no matter who plays, he loves the fact that the players now are all understanding the system. That's a big thing. We've seen the B teams play certain cup games and they look quite poor, which is understandable because they haven't really played together, and you kind of need that relationship to be built across the entirety of a squad, right? So little details and context like that to consider. But to move on, he's excited and he's happy to be at one of the best clubs in the world. And I have to quickly say, I think Maresca deserves huge credit in terms of how he's taken over the club. He's shown a lot of adaptability. He's been very fluid. I think that's been a great showcase of his coaching abilities. Some Leicester City fans felt he was a bit too rigid at times. I discussed videos in the summer alluding to the fact that Maresca is not as tight-note as you may think, and he's definitely proven that by finding the best balance with everything right now, and credit goes out to him. So I think right now is a perfect time to discuss my predicted lineups for the game on Sunday. And I feel like I have to do 2 lineups because there's only 2 lineups I could realistically see. Now for the realistic one, this is what I'm going with on Sunday. Goal, Robert Sanchez. In defense, Vega, Corwell, Tosin, and Malo Gusto. Midfield of Enzo Caicedo. Up front, I've tweaked things. Nico up front, Neto on the left, Palmer, and Madueke. Starting from front to back, Nico Jackson is our first choice striker and one of our best attackers this season. We're going to need this guy's pace in behind, ability to drop deep to, receive the ball, be his man, be that platform at times. I'm not kicking this guy out of the team for no one. And with how I see the game going against Liverpool, I don't really care about having more possession than them. If anything, I think we'll see this recent signs from Maresca of playing without the ball, because it's more about effective use of possession compared to just keeping the ball for the sake of it. So I need my pacey man up front. Hence why I've gone for Neto on the left alongside Madueke. I thought last season Neto really destroyed Liverpool in both games, and I just feel like in a game where we might not necessarily need to keep the ball that much, it's about exploiting Liverpool's weaknesses, because Maresca is the style of coach that will set the team up to find the optimum way and solution to get past those weaknesses in Liverpool. And for me, if Alexander-Arnold is going to be the right back, I need a pacey guy that isn't afraid to go one-on-one against him, that can beat him for pace, that can take him right to the touchline and the byline. I need that type of player there. Hence why I've gone for Neto to be my transitional threat on the left. I think Sancho is better when the games may be played in front of defenses, but I just feel like he doesn't have the pace that you might necessarily need, right? So it has to be Neto on the left for me in the game on Sunday. And obviously, Palmer and Madueke speak for themselves. Two of our other informed players this season. I really like the relationship between Palmer and Madueke. It doesn't get enough credit at times. They've shown great understanding to adapt. Times when Palmer drifts to the right side, Madueke cuts inside, and vice versa. And personally, I think I need two wingers that aren't afraid to take on their fullbacks, have the potential to pin back fullbacks, but also take them the distance. And that could free up spaces between the lines for Cole Palmer. And that could free up the spaces between the lines for Cole Palmer to affect the game, whether that's through his assist play or whether that's actually attacking the box alongside Nico Jackson. So that's the front four I have to see against Liverpool, in my opinion. How do you guys feel? Let me know. In midfield, Enzo Caicedo, they're the fittest players. Yes, Lavia's back, but I'm not pushing Lavia forward this quickly against Liverpool right now. Let this guy come on as a sub at first and let him build his match fitness over the course of a few games. But to move on to my defense now, I've gone for Vega, Corwell, Tosin, Gusto, because I feel like the setup against Liverpool is going to be more of a 3-3-4. You know, the front four, Madueke, Neto, Palmer, Nico. Midfield three will be Vega inversing in midfields with Enzo and Caicedo. And I think that's key, because against Liverpool's midfield three, we have to go man-to-man against them. We have to be aggressive. We have to duel. Thank God Caicedo's in amazing form right now. That helps that he's found his confidence. This is why he's a better player now. He's always had the talent, but now mentally he knows he's that guy. And that helps a lot. Vega's confidence is getting better and better after every single game. Of course, winning his first cap for the Portuguese national team squad, he'll come into this game wanting to showcase what he's really about. And we're going to need his physicality and his dual strength in that midfield, aerially and on the ground too. I think it'll be a difficult game for him. It's one of his hardest games in his career right now. But I do feel like I need some support alongside Enzo and Caicedo. Yes, there's been interesting questions around Enzo Fernandez. Personally, I'm going to give this guy some grace, give him some time. And I think that as the season goes on, Enzo will make more sense. That's how I see things going. But again, that midfield three, Vega, Caicedo, Enzo. Yes, we need that to fight against Liverpool and put in that dirty work. And in defense, naturally, this means that Gusto plays the Fofana role on the right side. Tosin has to play central. I just don't trust this guy's, maneuverability and his ability to tackle wingers wide. No. Keep him centrally. That is the best position for him to play those line-breaking passes. I want to see good decision-making though. And obviously left side will be Levi Cole spreading wide and just showcasing why he's one of the best ball-playing defenders in this country. Thank God he's able to showcase his passing range now. I kept saying last season, it's a shame that he's not able to demonstrate that due to the instructions placed upon him by the manager, but he'll be key for us, hopefully, when it comes to unlocking the wingers in Neto and Madueke on the right side. So that's the realistic lineup I'm expecting to see against Liverpool. Share your thoughts and opinions, my friends. Do you agree? Do you not? And very quickly for the final lineup, again, the same team. The only difference is Reece James playing on the right and Malo Gusto inverting on the left-hand side. Now, yeah, it's a very, very risky one, and this is why it's my B team lineup, because I'm not really expecting Reece James to start against Liverpool. But if he did, if this was like the key surprise masterstroke from Enzo Maresca, I think Reece's role will be very interesting. Number one, would he play the inverted role, inverting in midfield alongside Caicedo and Enzo? If he did, I might feel a bit more optimistic that we can win that midfield battle. I think that Reece James is going to add so much to this team when he's fully fit and ready to play again. His tackling, his ability to play under pressure, progress the ball, aerial play, but most importantly, watching him have the license to underlap and overlap at times. His deliveries in the final third, the guy is one of the best players in the Premier League. We cannot forget that. And if that was the case, Gusto could then be maybe Gusto then is able to play as that left-sided centre-back, but to be fair, does that really make as much sense? I guess if Reece James was to start, I'm expecting Gusto to invert, and I'm expecting Reece James to basically play the Wesley Fofana role on the right-hand side, which could make more sense when it comes to progressing the ball and finding them combo plays alongside Palmer and Madueke on that right-hand side. So my friends, that's my realistic lineup and surprise lineup. Share your thoughts and opinions. And to end things with my match prediction, I am going for a 2-2 draw. I think this could be a very fair result for both teams who are showing great promise under each respective manager. I think if we don't lose against Liverpool, that will be a win, in my opinion. We haven't had great luck of form at Anfield at all. We haven't actually even won a game in the past 9 encounters. The last win actually came in Anfield, courtesy of Mason Mount's great goal in that 1-0 win. So there, my friends, that is a preview today. Hope you guys enjoy. Share your thoughts and opinions and hit that like button if you believe we can get a result. Hope you guys enjoy. See you all soon. Cool.